Hey everybody, Lee from PcjunkieMods here. So today I'm going to review the DimasTech Mini. So this is their test bench. They were kind enough to send me one for an event that I have coming up in January where I'll be doing some LN2. I figured it'd be good exposure for them, and I've been wanting to use one of these cases for quite some time. So now I went ahead and opened it already, as you can see, because you didn't see me cut it open. What I did notice is their packing is very nice and very safe for all the parts. It does come with a screw pack here. So this has all your hardware and stuff for the bench. Then it also has a looks like the feeder in here, the start button, reset button, and all your little cablings and stuff like that. And actually the wires look like they're even sleeved. That's pretty nice. So, and then here you have a fan adapter, which actually hooks onto this guy, which is a flexible mounting for positioning your 120mm fan. Or if you want to get creative, I guess you could try to attempt to put two on here. Yeah, so basically I think it goes like that, and this screws into the bench. So we'll get to that here in a minute. And then also you have your I/O panel. This attaches directly to your bench. And that's it for that. There is the LED pinouts, and then this nice separation for your parts to your case. And then here we have blue, and it just so happens that blue is perfect because I'll be doing Intel. I actually will be working with Intel on the LN2. They're helping. I'm going to be teaching them a little bit of doing LN2. There's a couple guys at Intel that want to learn to do liquid nitrogen overclocking, so it should be interesting. Alright, so I got everything together. Assembly for the case, or the bench, was fairly simple. As you can see, I have plenty of screws and stuff left over to install hard drives, 5 1/4, power supply, all that stuff. I mean, there's plenty of extra hardware here. As you can see, this guy's empty. And the instructions were pretty straightforward. It's just a little sheet of paper here. It basically goes over the steps of, you take out the bottom section, you remove these bottom screws here on both sides, you pull out that bottom section, you can install the start and reset. And once you get that wired in, then the next step was basically put your standoffs in, put the I/O shield on, and then put it back together. And then I went ahead and threw the fan bracket on here also. My overall thoughts on this case is I'm pretty excited to use it. The construction of it is very solid. It is all I want to say metal, steel. It's obviously metal, but I mean it's I'm pretty sure it's steel. And then it's powder coated, and all the threads, everything threaded very simply. So I mean, overall, I'm really excited here to use this thing. And I also put on the feet. As you can see, the rubber feet were just a simple screw in here on the bottom. They already have their threaded piece. So that's pretty much it. Now, DimasTech has the a US based store, and then overseas, I want to say in Europe somewhere, he has a store there also. So I mean, if you're in the US and you're looking for a test bench, I highly recommend this, either this bench, or they have a couple different options. They have a nano version and then the full version. This one does support ATX and then XL boards. As you can see, there's 3 more holes here, so I could have actually took the standoffs and put it in the lower position here. It also supports micro ATX, and if you wanted to put an ITX board on here, you could, but I don't really see that. There's nice pass-throughs here for some wiring to run your start button and your LEDs, stuff like that. And then the power supply mounts over here on the side. Then your cables, you just wire it underneath to wherever you want to wire it. And both this side over here is all nice and open, so you can run your 8-pin up and over, and your 24-pin either through one of these little guys or however you want to do it. I will be putting a system on here pretty quick. Alright, so also another cool feature is they do have 5 1/4 and 3 1/2 drive bay options here. So on the front down here you'll see that there's 2 5 1/4 slots, and then over here you'll see that there's 3 3 1/2 slots, and if you have an adapter you can change that to 2 1/2. So and I'm pretty sure that this over here is probably an SSD mounting system or something like that. That's the only thing I could really think of. Something simple and easy. So you just take an SSD and slide it right in there. I mean, I'm excited to get to use this with the LN2. And as you can see, there's going to be plenty of clearance for the board on the standoffs. These are kind of a different standoff. I've never used these kind before, but my first thought was, how is this going to keep the board on here? So what I did is I actually grabbed a board that I had sitting on the bench over here and dropped it on here. And basically, so you line up all these guys, and they're kind of like the expanding piece. So if you've seen the push pins before, they're kind of like that. So what happens is when you push down on them, they're forced out, so they stay pretty solid against the screw hole. First thought was that they weren't going to work very well, but obviously somebody's put a lot of thought into this, because when I pushed all these holes, pushed all the board down in every hole, I couldn't even get it back off very easily. So that pretty much wraps this up. Once again, I'd like to say thank you to DimasTech for sending me the bench for the LN2 adventure that I'm going to have in January at Great Escape Land. I'd like to thank everybody for watching my video. Until next time.